On US foreign aid has sent shockwaves across global health programs, with Nigeria among the countries facing potential funding disruptions. The decision threatens critical initiatives supporting HIV/AIDS treatment, tuberculosis, malaria prevention, and maternal and child health care, programs that have long relied on US financial aid and technical assistance. With Nigeria's healthcare system already grappling with sustainability challenges, the question now is how the country can adapt to reduced foreign aid and develop a more resilient funding model. To discuss these pressing issues, I was earlier joined by Dr. Zainab Shinkafi Badu, President of the Union for International Cancer Control, or UICC, and Senior Advisor to the Minister of Health. Dr. Zainab Shinkafi Badu, what an absolute pleasure it is having you on Channels Business Global. You're bracing the cold for us. I was telling the viewers it's bright in Westminster, but it is still cold. We're in London, so it's a pleasure to have you, and congratulations. I haven't caught up with you in a while, although I do see you online, of course, being an advocate for cancer as always. You are now the President-elect.
Yes, I start in 2026.
2026, the Union for International Cancer Control, UICC, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are also a senior advisor to the coordinating Minister of Health in Nigeria. Can you just talk to us, before we get into the meat of the discussion, about these new roles, what you've been up to and what you hope to achieve during your tenure?
Well, thank you, Juliana, for your good wishes and all the work that you put into health, Nigeria, the economy and development generally. And these are roles that are very vital to women and children's health. Being a senior advisor to the Coordinating Minister of Health means that I draw on my experience when I see things that can be better, when I see government programs that we need to filter down to the communities. I work with them to ensure that they're getting to where they're supposed to be, especially from the perspective of a female in leadership, girl-child education, so that we can align all the good programs that the government has going on. Regarding the Union for International Cancer Control, that is what I do on a daily basis. It's a big one. It's the first African.
Yes.
Yeah, so in a 90-year-old organization.
Wow.
So we're really pleased, and I'm grateful to all the members that elected me, as well as are going to work with me to ensure that this representation and the leadership that we have translates into progress in cancer care for Africa. I have that voice, and I will be able to again look at the ongoing programs globally and see how we can align them with our national actions. There are lots of good global initiatives in cancer care, and our work is to translate them into action at the national level.
Health has been a major topic of discussion, not just in Nigeria, but across the world this week. Of course, the US aid freeze is going to impact thousands of charities, I presume, in Nigeria. But it appears as if the administration is trying to combat that. I did read a press release earlier this week about $1 billion being put towards a HOPE program, which I believe is going to help people on the community level. Can you talk to me more about that?
Well, basically, it's a program that is focused mostly on the primary health care system of health. It's going to be very beneficial to women and children because of primary health is where the first contact usually occurs. So infant mortality rates, it's come down in the last 25 years, but it's still high compared to our maternal mortality rates.
Doctor?
Right, this is where I'm going. Excellent. It's high because there are poor resources, poor infrastructure, prenatal care. Now we're looking at the mother, socioeconomic status, the nutrition, immunization coverage is low, and all the care that children should have is really poor. And then
is it fair to say we've been having these conversations for years and years and years?
But it's better. If you look at the statistics, it's getting better. And that is what this type of program is set to do.
Good.
By improving the infrastructure at that level, at the primary healthcare level, we're going to improve the primary healthcare centers. We're going to train skilled birth attendants. We're going to look at the vaccine logistic chains. and we're going to make sure that we increase awareness of the common ailments that are killing our women and children. Ultrasounds are not available in all the primary health care centers. So by providing that, you can predict high-risk pregnancies, they can deliver safer, and even those that are going into the community. But the key thing about this type of aid is how it's the governance and the sustainability and the effectiveness of it. How efficient are we going to use it? We have a fantastic health team. We have led by the coordinating minister. We have a fantastic economic team, the Minister of Budget, the Minister of Finance. They're all the three of them together. The work starts from leadership. We're always talking about political will and leadership.
You've mentioned 3 men there. I hope there's going to be some women joining that team.
Well, I'll be shouting and holding a stick behind them.
Absolutely, and we'll be shouting from the diaspora. Again, I want to put it back a little bit. Got to talk about Donald Trump. And it seems as if everybody, even the man who's in the Palace of Westminster, Sir Keir Starmer, afraid to say anything to offend him. But we've got to be honest about what's happening with USAID. Yes, we know it was, littered with scandals in some places. What big organisation isn't? But we're seeing layoffs, staff being furloughed. People have lost their jobs. I got WhatsApp messages, I'm sure you may have, of people saying their jobs have come to an end. What is your take on this?
I think it's drastic. I think that there might be some emotion in it.
Yeah, and rhetoric.
Yes, but if you look deeply at all the statements and you analyze it properly, it's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It tells us we need to build resilient systems. We need to look inwards for our resources. We've been, like you rightly said, we've been talking about some of these issues for years. We've been getting this aid for years. So, and if you, again, all the statements tell you, oh, they're going to stop this, it's an opportunity. It's opening up opportunity for growth, for new places for us to look. It might not be realistic, and I might be, just a bit too hopeful. But it really is a wake-up call, and it's time for us to look at our own systems.
Coming up on Channel's Business Global, I'll be speaking with Gillian Neistat, Senior Consultant at Crestview Strategy, on the changing geopolitical landscape under Donald Trump. And I'll be looking back at some of the biggest business news stories of the week. All of this after the break. Do stay with us.